Hello, folks, and welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to hop on here real quick to discuss and address something that actually frustrates me quite a lot about developers, something that they do during the purchase that nonetheless you do need to be aware of and catch during the purchase of your pre-construction condo or home. So I'll first talk about what it is and also how to make sure that you protect yourself from it during the purchase. Once again, if you're new to this channel, my name is Sid Sur from Sid Sur Real Estate. I help clients with buying, selling, leasing, investing, as well as platinum access to pre-construction condos. If this is your first time, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for all things real estate. So if you're purchasing pre-construction condos, whether it's through another real estate agent or if it's through the developer directly or if you're purchasing through me, then you need to be aware that when builders offer incentives during the purchase, oftentimes they'll include things such as free right to lease during occupancy period, free assignment, caps on development charges, closing credits, free upgrades or oftentimes credits towards upgrades. It's very important to make sure that those incentives are actually in the agreement of purchase and sale. You'll be surprised how many times builders actually leave it out, although they heavily advertise it in all of their marketing collateral. You cannot be taking this for granted, and you want to make sure that it's actually in the agreement. A lot of the times, what some developers will do is they won't actually include it in the agreement and will actually wait for you to ask them to include it in the form of an amendment. So although you may see in all of their advertisements and marketing that they're offering free assignments, caps on development charges, free right to assign, right to lease during interim occupancy or closing credits, you will have to then in writing ask them to include those things. And then what the builder will do is send you another amendment that will then include those incentives. Now, I don't know why they do this. I don't know why they don't just give it out up front. I imagine it can't be good for their reputation if a lot of clients unknowingly are unaware of this and get stuck with not getting those incentives when it comes time to close. They find out, whoa, I don't have assignments anymore. I don't have the right to lease during interim occupancy. And I thought I was under the impression that I had it. And I've actually seen quite a lot of people fall into this trap and then be stuck with, forget about assignments, but stuck with the $50,000 development charge fee or even a $100,000 development charges fee on closing, which you absolutely don't want. So always make sure you're working with a reputable pre-construction agent who understands what they're doing, but more importantly, get your documents reviewed by a lawyer and make sure that you ask the lawyer whether or not these incentives are actually in the agreement or if you'll have to ask them. You do that during the 10-day cooling off period. So one of the things I do for all my clients when they're purchasing pre-construction condos is during that 10-day cooling off period, which is mandated by the government of Ontario for all pre-construction condo purchases, that we actually get the agreement reviewed by a competent pre-construction lawyer. We go through the entire document from start to finish and make sure that not only are all the incentives there, and if need be, we write to the builder to ask them for it in the form of an amendment, but also look out for any other surprises or anything in there that doesn't protect our client's interests. These documents can be extremely long. Sometimes they can be 60 pages. I've seen agreement of purchase and sales that are over 200 pages long. We include the lawyer's review for all our clients when they make a purchase through us. So, we make sure that they have that important part of the purchase covered. Another thing to keep in mind is that although we do get the 10-day cooling off period for pre-construction condo purchases, when it comes to freehold properties in Ontario, the 10-day cooling off period does not apply. And builders often won't even tell you. Suppose you're buying a detached pre-construction house out in Barrie, and you go to the builder's office, you're super excited, they're offering you all these incentives, and then you go ahead and sign the agreement of purchase and sale. The moment you sign the agreement of purchase and sale, the deal is firm. You do not get a 10-day cooling off period for freehold low-rise properties in Ontario because the 10-day cooling off period only applies to condominiums. Nevertheless, if you are purchasing, always make sure you ask the developer, hey, is there a cooling off period or do I automatically go into a firm deal when I sign the APS, the agreement of purchase and sale? And if they say there is no 10-day cooling off period, then make sure before you sign anything that you get the agreement reviewed by a lawyer prior to signing the contract. If you or anyone you know is looking for a solid pre-construction lawyer contact, feel free to email me. My contact details are in the description. I'd be happy to forward you my contacts and resources. And if you just want to chat and discuss your individual circumstances or have any questions related to your purchase or any purchases that you're thinking about making, feel free to book a one-on-one call with me as well. No obligation as always, and I'd be happy to chat with you. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.